This is the Big Biz Show.
Yeah, look at this place.
What's so funny about investing money, you ask?
Play ball.
The Big Biz Show with Russ and Sully hope to answer that. Top-rated, insightful financial analysis. If you're looking for insightful financial perspective on key market strategies, keep looking. I told you, this is the Big Biz Show. Hello.
See, that's good. See, it works out.
This is Russ and Sully.
So listen, I have a good friend and a guest who frequents the Big Biz Show, our national television program that's in 110 million broadcast homes and 150 radio stations every weekday. And we got to meet him as a result of one of our television audience members across the country letting us know about this company we should talk to. His name is AP Silverrstieen. He's the CEO and president of a company called ImagineAR. And I really wanted to bring this to our San Diego, Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, Yuma audience because I have them on national TV, but these guys, I just can't tell you enough about this company, and it's really interesting how this global serial entrepreneur of 20 years has taken this company, this augmented reality, sports fan engagement, music fan engagement, shopping fan engagement. It's something that everyone needs to hear about, so I thought I would have him here on News Radio 600 Kogo for our San Diego Business Weekend show, and I'm so glad to welcome AP Silverrstieen. AP, how are you, bud? Good to see you.
Very good. Good to see you as well, Sully. Thank you for letting me join you this weekend. I appreciate this time to chat.
Well, it's good because we got this big footprint here in Southern California, and I know that we've hit nationwide here with ImagineAR over the last month or so, but I really wanted our radio audience here to see this. And by the way, for our radio audience, just so you know, at the end of the radio program, me and producer Lady Mary puts this up on the Kogo.com website, so we're actually shooting it for TV, so you can actually see some of the websites that AP and I will be talking about. But AP, for this audience who may or may not have heard about you before, take it from the top here and sort of tell us exactly what you guys do and maybe the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality, because I think that's probably a pain point in the market that a lot of people don't really understand.
That's a very good point, Sully. So ImagineAR is an augmented reality company focused on engagement on a phone. If many of your listeners and everyone out there is familiar when Pokemon Go was so huge,
right,
all the kids were running around chasing with their phones, chasing the Pokemon Go. That was the first real, what they call the tipping point, right, of what AR is, that run around with the phone in the real world and see digital overlay. In that case, it was catching Pokemon. So mobile AR was what ImagineAR does, focuses on a phone. When you asked previously the difference, virtual reality is when you cover your eyes completely with a headset like Oculus, which is one of the most famous ones out there, or Vive, and you're immersed in a game no matter where you look. But you can't be outside, it's not social, you're within one specific location. So AR really is a huge growth industry. Tim Cook has been quoted many times that he believes mobile augmented reality will be as big, if not bigger, than the mobile phone.
So
what we focus on. Go ahead.
Real quickly, what's interesting though is the word iPhone or mobile phone was not in our lexicon
right
15 years ago. The word iPad wasn't in our lexicon 10 years ago. and what we've now, it's now become the most important piece important appendage on every human, because look, you can communicate through it, you can send money, you can receive money, you can make appointments through it, but now you can augment all of those activities with augmented reality. No pun intended. So
exactly. And you know, it's funny you brought up the point is when you hear the comparison saying the power of the iPhones, the Androids that we have in our pocket are more powerful than the computer that was on the Apollo that landed on the moon. I mean, think about that. Isn't that amazing?
No, it's what's interesting, yeah. And if you think in terms of, honestly, I think people just think that iPhones are always here, and they weren't. And the other thing, the piece of this too, though, is I sort of feel like you're in that space where even 5 years from now, we're going to think that augmented reality, as far as fan engagement or retail engagement, I think we're going to think it was always there, because I think it's going to be sort of the, oh, by the way, click on this app and you'll get your bargain there. Or click on this app and you'll get your experience here. So talk about some of the examples, because I know on the national TV show we always show from your website, which by the way is ImagineAR.com. We'll put it up at the Kogo.com website. We'll put it out to our 150,000 or so social media followers. But I always show this video that I know you're tired of looking at, but it's, as a consumer. It's a video, and let me try to explain this theater of the mind for our radio audience in SoCal. Think of if you're listening to me in LA right now, and you're at the 3rd Street Promenade. Imagine walking by, one of the stores there, and holding up your smartphone with the ImagineAR app, and basically it's taking a picture of what you're looking at, but it's also saying, hey, you can save money by coming in here, AP, or you can save, 2 for 1 on ice cream over here. So explain that, because that's just a piece of what you guys are doing, right, AP?
It's all about experiential and immersive. Amazon has changed the world of buying. Just hit a button and wait at home. And when you look at the world of retail, and we're social people, get out there, have an experience, give something unusual rather than just people going in with their phones, looking at a store, and then quickly looking what they can get online and buy it themselves. And that's not fair to the stores, who have been really hurt tremendously from COVID and everything else going on. So using the mobile phone, we create these immersive engagements. Maybe you see an Easter egg hunt during the holidays that you can walk around and get pictures with the Easter Bunny, or Halloween, you have monsters around. The ability to immerse and give entertainment through the phone, and by the way, here's a coupon, here's a reward to do it. So you said the 3rd Street Promenade. How about in Hollywood? The center of that Hollywood district where you have all those gentlemen walking around, dressed as characters. Well, why can't I just walk through with my phone and I'll see Charlie Chaplin, I'll see other famous stars through the phone I can take pictures with the phone, and also I'll get coupons to the local business, or maybe history about what went on in certain buildings, the Chinese theater, or other things that have happened of note. So it becomes interactive. And when you say AR 5 years from now, the first thing that always comes to mind, and should come to mind, everyone who's listening, is the Minority Report. That's what people
the Tom Cruise movie, right? So I got to ask you this. So look, you're the CEO of a publicly traded company, and by the way, they are publicly traded. Their stock symbol here in the U.S. is IPNFF. They also trade in Canada under the stock symbol IP. My question for you is, navigating a publicly traded company is one thing, but navigating an AR company through the pandemic, I gotta say that you were at the right place at the right time. As tragic as this pandemic has been, I gotta believe, based upon all the other metrics that have gone on with this pandemic and businesses, I'm assuming, and reading your press releases and looking at your website, you guys thrived during the pandemic, right? This
Absolutely.
This helped adoption.
You're right, Saul. Yeah, it's, when we built it, I call it Field of Dreams. We spent enormous sums of money, an enormous amount of engineering hours building the ability to deliver an engagement over phone for years. And it was always a nice to have, and everyone was so blown away. This is amazing. This is like Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars. You're placing people in my house. But then no one knew how to monetize. And when the pandemic hit, it stopped everything. It's a horrific event. But the Field of Dreams then appeared, where sports teams, we just launched with Valencia, one of the most famous world-renowned La Liga teams in the world. They just launched literally this week, where you can have AR experiences in your home with players standing in your home. You can do TikTok dances with them, play with them, and then share it in social media. So AR has become a safe, COVID-friendly, socially distant way to engage people, whether they're at their homes, whether they're out in the market, in the retail space. And really, like you said, it's a culmination that we are the only pure play mobile AR phone company in the world. We're it. There is not another one. And we own a bunch of patents too. So
here's my question for you, and I know that my email is going to blow up during this interview here, but ImagineAR.com is the website. ImagineAR.com. I have to ask you. So this is not just a retail play, although retail is a great business model. But as far as fan engagement goes, you talk about fan engagement. That's fan engagement in sports. That's fan engagement in entertainment. That's fan engagement in music. But there's also fan engagement intersecting with retail. I mean, that's brilliant. I don't think anybody's ever actually come up with that, other than the word merchandising. But I mean, in the digital world, it hasn't happened yet. Talk a little bit about that piece of it.
Right. It's the ability to know what the consumers want, engage them, tying to the Gen Z, the newer, the new consumers, to have something entertaining, fun, but to drive revenue. And we work with businesses. We work with sports teams. We have deals with, Valencia, the NFL alumni, the academy. We have all these other deals. And the first conversation is, how do you want to engage your audience? Everyone has a mobile phone. You said it best before, right? It's an appendage.
Yeah.
So how do you leverage that appendage to engage people, whether they're out and about through the phone, but also while they're watching something at home on TV or on a stream, that they use the phone to engage it? And you're showing right now the Basketball Hall of Fame, where we did a green screen video a couple of years ago during an induction ceremony. And then we made those celebrity, Hall of Famers, Rick Barry and Nancy Lieberman, appear right in people's houses around to promote their new NBA coin that came out. So AR has many different usages. It could be used for fundraising. It could be used for sports. It could be used for retail. It could be used for medicine. It doesn't end. And when we look at the future, and we're well positioned at this point as we continue to grow and build out our tech around the world, is to move to glasses similar to the ones I'm wearing, which people just regular reading glasses, is Apple's going to come out with their glasses soon, and then you're going to be walking around with your phone tethered to your glasses, either through Bluetooth or wire, and you're going to immerse yourself in the world of digital overlays wherever you go. And then we are living the minority report.
And what's interesting about that is that you guys are the tip of the spear there, because when that comes, you guys are already poised. AP, I want you to come back on here on this Southern California show, and for sure, if you want to hear more of AP, if you follow Alen, Ales, and I on our national TV show and national radio show, The Big Biz Show, you'll see AP here. In fact, he's coming back on with us next week. AP, thank you so much. I appreciate your help on that. ImagineAR, ImagineAR.com, and a fantastic, it's just so interesting. I want you to go to the website and take a look at this video of the 3rd Street Promenade up in Santa Monica, and how the guy holds up his phone. And I know I know that it's a rendering sort of video, but the guy holds up his phone, and he's walking past an Adidas store, and it shows a discount. Or he's, gal's walking past a Sephora makeup store or a Tesla dealership, and it says, "Hey, come on in, Rusty Nails." You can check that out. All right.